Hello guys, gonna give it a few seconds for whoever's around to join. Hope everyone's having a really good week, already Tuesday. I hope you guys are killing it. Still some time ahead, but still you want to make sure by Tuesday you're ready, happy with what you've got going on, building that momentum towards the end of the week. See, a few people are joining, so I'll start now. So basically, today's live stream I wanted to make about, so I often get this question about, what is life coaching? What is coaching? And so what I wanted to do was give a little bit of a breakdown of what I see as coaching and sort of try to answer that question and also take any questions from whoever's on. Just basically about the nature of coaching. And I guess I was thinking about this before, and for me, I guess what came up was environment. Maybe a bit of a strange one, but it was sort of my first thought. I don't know if you've heard this, but I guess people keep repeating, environment is so important. Environment is so important. Like, who you surround yourself with will have a huge impact on who you become, what you do, what you strive for, how ambitious you are. The environment that you're around really determines that. So first thought that came to mind was basically what you're doing when you work with a life coach is you're adding someone into your life who's really looking forward to pushing you towards your vision, towards your goals, and someone who's as invested in making your success come first. And I think for me that's why that first point around environment came in, and why it's so important. And personally, when I sort of have consultations with people, some of the traits that I look for, and I'd written some of these down, was someone who's looking to grow, someone who's looking to learn, someone who's looking to contribute at a higher level, someone who's obsessed at times, who's really, really driven, just wants to get somewhere, someone who's unique and proud about it, because I guess we are all so individualistic. Like, we all have our own individualities, things that make us special, and I feel like society doesn't really allow us to be ourselves as much as we'd like to be. So definitely people who stand out from the crowd I really love working with, just because I find them interesting, I find them inspiring. Those are the people that I want to push even further into that sort of realm of standing out. And then, potential, ready to be unleashed. People who have really big dreams, people who want to do more, who want to be more, but I guess they need that extra little nudge. And by little, maybe not so little, maybe pretty huge, just get to be pushed over the cliff to realize like they can fly, And so, I guess, yeah, I think I always get this question around, what is life coaching for you? And for me, a big part of the type of coaching I do with my clients is around getting them past their blocks, getting them to realize that they can do so much more, they can be so much more, and specifically tying that vision of theirs, whatever it is they want to do, to the present moment, that it doesn't need to be far off. It doesn't need to be 5 years away. It doesn't need to be 10 years away. That today is an opportunity to step up, and today is an opportunity to become the person you're becoming, which, I think at a certain level we all sort of understand, but then at a practical level, we don't always necessarily take that action to get there straight away. So, by the way, guys, if you're joining, if you're watching, if you have comments or questions, feel free to ask. I guess this is a great session. If you have questions around coaching or like what it is that I do in particular, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer any questions. But I guess to give you a little bit about my past, I've always been that person that liked to motivate people. I love to push people beyond what they believe they're capable of, literally pushing them over the edge in the good way, seeing the potential in them, and then enabling them to realize that potential too. And I think it's so important because so many of us sort of limit ourselves. We stay within the confined boundaries that we feel comfortable in. that society deems, realistic for us, or whatever that might be. So really it's about, that's the type of work I do with my clients. We look at some of those psychological blocks. Also, the environment that you grew up in has a huge part to play too. Just the basics. How did your parents bring you up? Were they the type of parents that pushed you to believe in more, to realize there was more available to you? Or were they the types of parents maybe that didn't see as much possibility in you, And so it's about saying, why don't we reestablish that? Why don't we look at what options are possible? What is your vision? What are you hungry for? What are your desires? What would make you happy? What would make it fun or exciting again? And then basically setting out a plan to get there. And I'm not always saying it's going to be easy as far as that's concerned. There's generally a lot of action involved. There's pushing the boundaries. There's looking at ways we can work through it. But generally, if you go to the core of it, it's about getting past those psychological blocks. It's about getting past those obstacles that are just tending to hinder you, So yeah, like I say, guys, if you're watching this later too, feel free to comment or ask questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. But yeah, I guess for me, the important part is to look at where you are, look at where you want to go, and really breaking it down in a way whereby you feel confident to go back out and make it happen, right? And the only way you're going to do that is if you do get excited and if you do see the possibility. And I made a post about this I think it might have been yesterday, but it was around that fact of you need to see it before you can create it in your life. And so I think where the coaching comes in and where that environment really boosts your life basically is around the fact that once you've created that image of what you want to get, then getting there, taking the daily action and setting up those habits to get there is really what starts counting. And a coach holds you accountable all along the way. A coach will push you to get to where you need to go, to push you beyond your boundaries, beyond your comfort zones. So just a little bit about coaching from my perspective. Like I say, feel free to ask questions. Would love to answer some questions around coaching if you do have questions. But yeah, a little bit about my program. I generally work around 3 months. So that's sort of how it breaks down. There's 3 months, 6 sessions, and basically first few weeks is generally setting the vision. Where is it you want to go towards the end of the coaching period? Then working through it. What are those psychological blocks? What from your childhood is holding you back? Because we all have things that are holding us back, and it's by moving past them and looking at them in detail that we can, and acknowledging them, not ignoring them, that we can sort of make that progress that we need to make. So yeah, I guess if you are ambitious and if you are sort of that go-getter person, you want to contribute at a higher level. Maybe you feel like you're not necessarily getting involved as much as you'd like to at this point. You have a lot of potential, but you just want to figure out the steps to maybe get there. You can give more, that you can be more, but it's not necessarily quite there yet. Then feel free to just message me, PM me, get in touch, and we can just have a conversation about what it is you're trying to achieve, and sort of go from there. So I hope this made sense, guys. Feel free to comment as per usual. Let me know what your thoughts are. And then I will basically be on later this week. So keep crushing it, keep killing it, and yeah, talk to you later, guys.